Hi, today this is Ron Partain, Jr. Today we're joined by my father, Ron Partain, Sr. We're here to talk about EDTA chelation. Ron Partain, Sr. has an interesting take on EDTA chelation. He's been a pharmacist since 1974, been a compounding pharmacist since mid-80s, and developed the very first suppository, EDTA suppository in the world, I believe, with Dr. Bruce Halstead.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys were doing some stuff with, I think Dr. Halstead had a project he was working, he was wanted to help children in the third world who were, had some lead toxicity down in the Dominican Republic. So, but anyway, tell me, what is chelation? How does it work?
Well, chelation is a chemical term. I learned about it in chemistry, and basically, in a nutshell, what it does, a molecule traps something in it, and then in the process of just the body's normal routine, as the body is just, clearing things out of the body, that moves out through the blood into the urine and also in the stools. And in this case, it takes out what we call the toxic heavy metals.
Okay, so and there's a variety of different chelating agents out there, EDTA, DMPS, DMSA. EDTA is what you prefer for, my understanding is EDTA is better for lead, yes?
Yes, that's correct. And that's the way the ones that I first made were for the kids that were living near these industrial areas, and they were just full of lead. I mean, these were kids, and most of them were under the age of 10.
Really? Okay. And how do you remember much about that study? Do you remember what Dr. Halstead did?
I don't, except I made I made a lot of these suppositories for him, thousands of these suppositories for these kids.
Well, now, why did he want to do a suppository instead of intravenous?
I don't think that they had the facilities or whatever to do the intravenous, and the suppositories were really a good take. In fact, they asked me, could we possibly do this in a suppository? Yeah, I think so. I've never done it before, but we could try. And again, we were successful in doing that, and it was easy as far as the application of it. And if my memory is right, they did a provocation test. They give a suppository, and then they check the next day within 24 hours to see how much lead was mobilized and how much came out of the body, and that was kind of where they started it out.
Okay. So now my understanding is that once they had the results from the children that they were doing down there in the Dominican, they discovered, well, hey, it's working for the children, could work for adults.
Well, lead is so pervasive in our society. It's every place. In fact, there's a new study, or just several studies I'm looking at right here, lead poisoning. In fact, lead poisoning has been identified as probably the major toxic heavy metal in our environment, and the one that's most pervasive. And it's incredible how, the long-lasting effects. In fact, 400,000 deaths per year from lead toxicity resulting from cardiovascular disease. I mean, that's amazing, and I don't think most people are aware of that.
So, what other types of chelation are there in terms, different from IV and suppository?
Well, we have the IV. The thing about the IV is, well, it's not convenient. People have to go to a doctor's office and take the IV. It usually lasts a couple of hours. It's not cheap, although you can get it at different prices. It's not inexpensive, and it's time consuming. And obviously, you have to go to the office and do that. It's just it's okay to do. It's very, very effective to do. It just has a lot of limitations for people. We have the suppositories. The nice thing about those suppositories, you can do those at home. You don't have to have, somebody prescribing them for you. You can do those yourself. They're not glamorous. I've used them. There's no fun to use one of those suppositories. and we have a recommendation of how to use them and how to be the most how to get the most benefit from them.
And I'm understanding that roughly 3 suppositories is about the equivalent of doing 1 IV treatment.
Yes, that's true. And then we have the topical cream, which is a wonderful way to do it. It's wonderful. It's safe as far as using it on your kids. My recommendation is I think it's going to be one of the most effective ones for moms that usually are the doctor in the family. They're the ones that are usually thinking about, okay, what are we going to eat and that sort of thing. So it's great for moms. And one application, excuse me, let's correct that. 7 applications of the cream, if you use in the recommended amount, will equal 1 IV. You know, the thing about using these kinds of things, do I have time for an analogy about this? Okay, guys. You know, what I usually tell people and kind of get them to understand this so that they can kind of get a feel for this. You know, if you have a big 3-car garage and that thing is stacked full of stuff, okay, you got a couple of choices. You got a kid in the neighborhood that's going to come over and he's going to spend a couple of hours on a Saturday and he's going to sort that stuff out and haul it in the dump and take it to the dump. And it's going to take him 6 months to do that, or maybe more. Or you can hire somebody to come over in one day and they clean it all out in one day and take it to the dump. What I like to tell people, just pretend like you're cleaning your garage out 2 hours at a time. And you'll get it done. Just be sure you don't put anything else in there. But you'll get it done over a period of time. The nice thing about that, there's less side effects. When you're using the cream, you don't notice the side effects.
Well, what are some of the side effects of chelation?
Well, most of the side effects of chelation are about the same for any time you're doing any kind of a detoxification. You can have nausea, vomiting. You can have diarrhea. You can have, you get lightheaded. You get flu-like symptoms. Those are typical for any time you do a detox, whether you do, whatever, when you're cleaning your body out. And that's just the fact that you're mobilizing toxins and you're mobilizing whatever, and the side effects of the chelation are the same as they would for anything else.
So realistically, they're not really side effects. They're more effects of detoxification. They're not side effects of doing the EDTA.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you should use that as a guide to say, wow, it's working. I'm getting detoxified because I'm getting these detoxification symptoms, and that's a good thing. What you do with that is you be sure you're doing a lot of water, lots of water, a lot of water, because what you're going to do is you're going to help that move out of the body. You want to move those out of your system, and the water helps you do that.
Now, so with the effects of the detoxification, I mean, if somebody's doing the suppositories or the cream and they're doing this consistently, are they going to be having the lightheadedness, the malaise, if you will, the feeling of the flu-like symptoms? Are they going to have them all the time, or is that going to be a transient thing?
Well, remember, this is what you can say is that this isn't some kind of an indication of how much you have. You know, if you have a lot of lead in your body and you're using this system, you're going to have some side effects. But if you're over here and you don't have that much lead as opposed to this person, you're going to have fewer side effects. So over a period of time, when you start to get the toxins removed, the lead and mercury and cadmium, zinc, arsenic, whatever else, the longer you do this, the less you're going to be removing, and the less side effects you're going to have.
We talked about the oral as well. So, what do you recommend doing oral chelation as well, or?
I think you should do that sort of chelation all the time, and there's some supplements that you can use orally to help you detoxify, help your body actually. No matter what you use, you're basically just helping your body get rid of the toxic heavy metals, and so you can use. We want to promote things like glutathione. Mm-hmm. If you can use topical glutathione, or you can take alpha lipoic acid, and you can take N-acetylcysteine, and you can take some of those things that will help your body make glutathione naturally, and that will improve.
Excellent. Now, should they be doing things outside of that? I mean, chelation takes out heavy metals, but does it also take out minerals? And
Absolutely it does. So what you need to do is be sure you're replacing the minerals. When you do this, you should be taking some kind of mineral supplement.
Now, do you do that at the same time, or do you do that at an offset time?
Well, actually, what you should probably do is take your minerals with your meals. And I usually recommend taking the chelation in the evening before bedtime. Remember, your body detoxes during the night. Your body detoxes during the night. So what you want between about 10 or 11 at night and about, say, depending on who you talk to that knows how to do this, sometime in the morning. So what you want to do is you want to replace those minerals the next day. You can do it with capsules and you can do it with liquid.
Okay. So just to recap, lots of water and do your minerals at an offset time, just because you don't want to. My understanding is that you don't want to do the minerals at the same time, because the EDTA is indiscriminate. It's very similar to an antibiotic. Sure. It'll take both the good and the bad.
Well, it does. You're exactly right. So yes, you want to take those away from the time you're using the chelation.
Right. Okay. Well, that's going to do it for this particular episode. Ron, thank you for taking the time to share your expertise on this subject. Guys, we're doing lots of videos like this all the time. We ask you to please hit the like button below and subscribe to our channel and hit the bell notifications so that you get updated whenever we have new videos uploaded. We're doing a lot of videos like this. We're just kind of relatively new at this, but we're going to be adding videos all the time, talking about a variety of issues, from hormones to detoxification to general nutritional topics, diet, all kinds of things. Ron is not only is he not only is a pharmacist and a compounding pharmacist, but an expert in bioidentical hormone replacement therapy and a certified clinical nutritionist. So we've got a lot of new stuff. We've got a lot of stuff coming down the road. If there's an issue that you would like to have discussed, send us an email with your issue or with your desired topic at info@Ron's Nutrition. That's RONS nutrition.com. We look forward to getting your emails. Thanks for taking the time today, and have a great day.